So welcome back. This is Kevin Metcalf. This is going to be the uncolored sports segment. I don't do it very often, but I hope to do more of it because there's a lot of interesting topics that I like to get in here that I think are fascinating. Now, as I said, I'm not going to hammer on Deshaun Watson. I don't have anything against them. I don't have anything against any of these folks. Listen, I'm like any sports guy. There are people I like and people that I don't like. But just on a human level, I don't know anything about Deshaun Watson, and I hope everything works out for him and, or not. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm not here to hammer on the guy. This is going to be primarily a football issue. So as I said, there's a lot of folks who, if you listen to the sports, now I've got all these quarterback moves. Aaron Rodgers is back with Green Bay. Russell Wilson went to Denver, and who was it? Indianapolis just traded Carson Wentz to Washington. So there's all this quarterback movement. Who's going to go where? Who's going to do what? And everybody's going, listen, if Deshaun Watson's legal issues somehow resolve themselves, then he's got to be your number one guy. Okay, maybe. But I see some problems. So just recently, there was the NFL Combine. And one of the things that the NFL Combine is for, I guess probably the main thing it's for, well, it's for promoting stuff and getting drunk and doing whatever they do. But one of the things they do is, so you get all these college athletes who are now entering into the league, or at least hoping to be a part of the NFL. And what they do with this Combine is they test them out. But not just physically, because that's what you see on TV. They do the 40-yard dash and the leaping and the jumping and the going through the cones. Another thing they do is mental, psychological testing. And so they'll get them in the room and they'll try to get them upset and see how they react. They look at their history and things that they've done in college to see what they've done. What are they going to react in certain situations? And they do like a Wonderlic test and it's some kind of I don't know, intelligence test. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what it's about. But the point of it is this. What they're trying to figure out is, these NFL organizations is, they're going to make a large investment in these kids. I don't know if they're kids anymore. I mean, they're adults, I guess. And they want to know if this kid is worth the investment that we're going to make in him. And it's not just money, it's resources, time, effort. If they pick this person, they lose out on another pick that could have been better. So it's a big decision. And so they want to test and make sure that the resources that they're going to invest in this prospective NFL player, this college kid who wants to play in NFL, they want to know if it's going to be worth it. That they're not going to be, 6 months later, a year from now going, man, what a bust. We wasted our money. Okay, now, enter Deshaun Watson. He's had a fantastic NFL career so far. Hasn't had a lot of wins, but he's done good. I shouldn't say he hasn't had a lot of wins. He hasn't won as much as, you would hope somebody who has that kind of talent would win. But everybody, if you go across the board, all the NFL experts, and I'm not one, so I go with what they say. If they say he's one of the greatest, I'm not going to argue that. But I see some problems. One, he accepted a huge contract from the Houston Texans. Had a nice press conferences, got all, teary-eyed, he was very happy with the organization, loved the money, was very excited about it. A few months later, he quit. Don't know why. I don't know if it's justified or unjustified. I have no idea. But what I do know is he accepted money from the organization to play football. And at some point, he just goes, I quit. Not going to play for you. Going to keep the money, but I'm not going to play for you. Okay, that's a problem. I think that's a problem. Now, I don't know what kind of problem it is. I'm not an NFL owner, but I got to tell you, if I had hired somebody to do a job, whatever it is, and I'm not even an employer, but if I was an employer and I hired somebody to do a job, and they're excited about the job, shaking everybody's hand, and then at some point in time, they go, I quit, but I still want the money. That's a problem. Okay. Now, here's the other problem. Like everybody says, the most talented guy out there, well, not the most, but he's top 5, many people say. Again, I'm not going to argue. He went 4-12 his last season that he played, 2020. Won 4 games. Okay. I don't know how you do that. If you're as good as everybody's saying you are, you just got 4 games. And if you look at his stats, I don't have his stats up here. Maybe I can pull them up. His personal stats as a quarterback, phenomenal. What did he have? I don't know. What is it? 2020 season? He threw for what? Almost 5,000 yards. That's a lot of yards, right? 33 touchdowns, touchdown percentage, 6.1, I guess. Interception, 7. I don't know. I don't know what most of these stats mean. But his yards per attempt is 8.9. That's super high. So he had a great year. 4 wins. Now, it seems to me if you're paying a franchise quarterback, you got to give me 6, 7 wins, right? Just you. And you can say, well, his team stunk. Is bad. All right. If you're that talented and you're getting that kind of money, if your wide receiver was, I don't know, working at Walmart yesterday, and that's your top receiver, you got to give me more than 4 wins, right? If your coach also works at the barbershop 3 days a week, you got more. That 4 is not enough for a superstar quarterback. Russell Wilson has been playing with no offensive line for the last 4 or 5 years. This is his first losing season. And part of it was because of an injury. If he didn't have that injury, he probably would have had another winning season. And Russell Wilson hasn't had the most talented team around him. I don't even think him and his coach get along, which is why he's in Denver now. But he's never had a losing season until now. If you're a star quarterback and as great as everybody says you are, I don't know, man, 4 wins, that's a problem for me. If I'm an NFL team going, are we going to pay him all that money for 4 wins and he quit? I don't know. I don't know about that. Now, let's get to the legal stuff. I don't know anything about it. Or should I say, I don't know anything that anybody else knows about it from whatever you hear on your local sports station. Here's the thing. Guilty or not guilty, and I have no idea, clearly he has a problem with his conduct in certain locations, right? It's very difficult to get this many people mad at you when you walk into some place of business, so much so that they want to start legal action against you. That's not easy. That's hard to do. That's not easy to do. There's something about you. And I don't know what time period we're talking about in this thing, but in a fairly short time period, there's a number of people who want to take legal action against you because of your conduct in a particular place of business. That's a thing. I don't think that's nothing, right? I mean, if I was going into, I don't know, McDonald's, every time I go into McDonald's, somebody wants to call the police or, file a lawsuit, hopefully a friend of mine would go, hey, Kev, man, what's going on with you at McDonald's? Why can't you go in and get the number 2 and come out without somebody want to call the cops on you, right? Maybe you want to try the drive-through or maybe, listen, I'll go for you, right? I'll fly you by. You just probably should stay out of McDonald's because every time you walk in, somebody wants to, take legal action against you. That's a problem. Okay. Now, again, I don't know what any of this means, but it's something. I mean, Houston figured it out. Houston was the happiest team in the world when they had him signed. A few months later, they're paying a guy who's not going to do anything for him and have to still pay him. Same guy, right? 4-12 record, got paid, happy and in tears, and quit. And for some reason has problems in certain places of business, so much so that people want to file legal charges against them. And all I'm saying is that's something. That ain't nothing. And so when everybody's going, boy, you really got to hire him, I don't know. And look, I'm not saying you should never play in the NFL again. I would never say that. I think I am a free market absolutist. If somebody has something and somebody else wants to give him something for it, hey, if it ain't bothering me and ain't bothering the country, I'm okay with it. So I'm not trying to say he should never have a job. Listen, if he has a great career, so much the better. I'm not wishing any ill on anybody. I'm just saying, if I'm a team, I'd ask some questions, man. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't take him. I probably would. If I was Indiana, probably take him. Right? If you're one of these teams that needs a quarterback, I'm not saying that you wouldn't take him, especially now that nobody seems to want to believe all women anymore. I don't hear any of those cries. So apparently everybody's okay with it. They're having a conflict with the woman thing and the black thing. So listen, we're just not going to do anything about it. Right? We don't want you to believe all women if the guy is black. Right? So apparently there's not going to be any outcry from women if you hire him because he's black. So good for him. Use it. Right? But I'll tell you what, if I hired him, the contract, it would be rotten with incentives. There would be incentives all over the place for everything. Every dollar would be connected to some incentive in the contract. There would be nothing guaranteed. Not from me. If I was hiring him, it'd be a whole lot of money. I say you get the highest contract of any NFL player ever, but every dollar is incentivized. There's nothing guaranteed. That's how I would do it. You would have all the money if you play and don't act the fool. But the minute there's a problem, you're not paying anymore. Everything would be incentivized. Every single dollar. That's what I would do. So that's my take on Deshaun Watson. Again, wish everybody luck. I don't know who did what. I wish the women luck. I wish him luck. I don't know what happened to him, but hopefully everything works out the way it's supposed to. But as far as an NFL team hiring him because he's a great quarterback and he's going to take your team to the Super Bowl, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Talk to the Houston Texans and you know, they might have a different opinion on that if you're a team. So, all right, that's enough. That's it. That's the uncolored sports segment. As always, if you have any questions, comments, problems with anything I said, check the comments. I haven't been good at checking the comments. I got to be honest, but you know, there's like 26 people, but I'll be more diligent about that. And pretty soon I'm going to hire somebody as a producer to help me with all this internet stuff, the social media junk, because I'm not good with any of that stuff. And hopefully when I get that person, I'll be better about replying and interacting, because that's apparently something I have to do here. I can't just sit here in my den and yammer to nobody. So thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. And what else did they say? There's a notification bell. So subscribe, notify, all that stuff. And I'll come back next time with another uncolored thing here. So thanks for listening. That's enough of me. I'm out of here. All right.